the day as I'm like still in my pajamas, because there's like a thin line between pajamas and regular clothes. I don't really think about it much, but for some reason I felt like I had to wear my Beyonce Middle Fingers Lemonade concert t-shirt today. I'm like, I haven't seen that in a while. I tore out every single t-shirt in my closet. It's now on the floor of my room looking for that shirt. As you can see, I didn't find it, but it was like 10:10 and there's now a mountain of t-shirts on my floor. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a full moon in Pisces eclipse vibe. We'll see when I'm ready to deal with that. Welcome, good morning. Thanks for coming out in the rain. The big news here at the studio is that Desiree Rumba, my primary yoga asana teacher for over 2 decades, is coming here this month for the first time since before pandemic. Up until the pandemic, I used to do a weekend with her at least once a year, and I would say that like the voice of my teaching and my teaching style is very much a combination of like 20 plus years of Desiree and a few years of like early aughts Elena Brower. She's different now. God bless her. Both like really strong influences in the why and how I teach. So it's a huge honor to bring her here, and I bring her here because I want everyone to have a taste of her, and that influence will live in you, in your heart, in your practice, and in your daily life forever and ever. It's like a money back guarantee. Mark your calendar, move mountains, do whatever it takes to be here. If finances are an issue, just reach out to me, because we're going to be here anyway, and I want you to be here if you have the time, but not the money. And if you don't have the time, now we're at the point where you don't have to sign up for the whole weekend. You can sign up for just a portion and like make the time, seriously. It's $275 for the weekend. There are 4 2.5-hour sessions, 10 hours of yoga in total. Again, you don't want to miss this chance to study with one of the greatest living yoga teachers of our time. So I hope you can come. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. It's called Learning from Resistance, and it's on our website, probably our Instagram. I don't know how that works. And again, questions, just reach out to us. Oh, sorry, that's a great question. It's September 19, 2021. There's a typo on here by me. Does that sound right as a weekend? Okay, 19, 20, 21. Friday, freedom of the hips and lower back. First session on Saturday. Did we hit start stream? Yeah. Okay. The healthy, flexible spine. Was I talking about the t-shirts on there?
Maybe.
Oh, man. Saturday, side to side and revolving to evolve twist. Sunday, neck and shoulder strength and flexibility, back bends and simple inversions. She's extraordinary. And so much more happening here this month and in the fall. And I was really busy this past week planning 2026. And I haven't made a final decision yet, but I am now thinking about collaborating with my trainer, Katie Gold at KG Strong for Mexico, and we'll do a strength and yoga retreat in Tulum. It might come up on your Instagram now that I'm saying it, but there's this very like Instagrammable beachfront gym called the Jungle Gym in Tulum that is part of actually the place where we do our yoga retreat. So I thought that might be like a fun, something different. And 2026, like my mindset for 2026 is really about just flooding the calendar with things that are more fun. We've for a long time thought of ourselves as a yoga school and a place for yoga education, and we are that, and that will still be part of the whole picture, but I want to emphasize a lot more opportunities for just fun as a way to sustain engagement in and of this world that we're living in that is just Yeah, like when I was a kid, I used to watch soap operas with like my mom and my older sister. And I would think like, this is so ridiculous and unreal. And then I was actually had the CNN on the day of the RFK thing. And I was like, wow, this is like a boxing match and a soap opera combined, and it's real. So now that we're living in the reign of The Apprentice as our government, I really do, I'm thinking a lot about mindful bypass and how our yoga is a place where we really have to come to nurture ourselves, our connection with ourselves and each other, not so that to bypass worldly life, but in order to sustain engagement and like as an aspect of recovery, because it is really like a marathon out there. So we're in it together, and we're gonna do a lot of fun things. I'm looking at getting a disco ball. It's like really off-brand for me. Conscious distractions, mindful distractions. Any requests for today's practice? Okay. I'm going to center us, and Melissa's going to warm us up as we dial into the fabric of the body. Especially, you know, with the full moon in Pisces, it's like the culmination of the feelings. And so much about our physical practice is about dialing in to what is going on beneath the surface, and that there's so much more going on that what like meets the eye. And the eclipse is like when the Pisces full moon is the fullness of feelings that we're never, it's rare other than in this state that we're ever feeling one thing at one time. Often we're feeling many things at one time. And our lineage of yoga is about really expanding our capacity to feel the feels in a mindful, conscious way. And when the eclipse sort of blocks out the sun or the moon in this case today, we won't be able to see it from here, unfortunately. Although I've also noticed it's been rainy for a lot of our eclipses, right? Is anyone else paying attention? Again, mindful bypass. That's like, it's that reminder that even though I say it so many times in our practice that even though it can't be seen, it can be felt. And that, you know, I think one of the things that I think about like as a feeling of the time that we're living in is that there seems to be this, God, I'm going off the deep end. Someone needs to be in charge of reeling me in. What I find here in this space with you all is something that I worry is missing from the rest of the world, and that's this idea that empathy only exists when it's personal. Like only if it's personally happened to one of us can there be empathy. I don't think that's the case in this room. I think that just because we haven't directly experienced it, we are, as yoga practitioners, capable of the empathy. And that we need to like lean into that, not away from it. I forget why I was even saying that. I definitely went off the deep end. Real man. Make yourself as comfortable. Oh, so as we dial in, if a request arises, like if you feel like there's a pose or a class of poses that are needed in your body, feel free to call them out or call us over and let us know, because I can assure you that your request doesn't just benefit you, it benefits all of us. Because we're in it together. Here we go. Make yourself as comfortable as humanly possible. If you're new, welcome. Welcome, everyone. My name's Mariel. Next to me is Melissa. She's here to help. You'll hear her teaching throughout the class alongside me, and I'll be assisting when she's teaching, and she'll be assisting while I'm teaching, and so on. And Camden here is on the mat as our on the mat demonstrator for y'all in the room and folks at home as we live stream. You can feel free to recline, sit against a wall, sit up tall. Notice where you are.
and how you are. If there's anything in particular that you need or want from your practice of yoga today, in body, mind, and or heart and spirit. Look for the breath. The entire physical practice of yoga is first and foremost in service to the gift of life that each breath offers. The breath is truly a gift, the gift of life. And just by turning the light of awareness to the breath, notice how naturally the breath deepens and expands in the light of your awareness. The entire physical practice of yoga is an opportunity to align ourselves, engage ourselves, and stretch ourselves with integrity through aligned engagement in body, mind, and heart, so that the breath that gives rise to feelings and thoughts can all move in us, as us, through us, more deeply, more fully, more freely. The breath ignites the heart, wherein the voice of the true teacher resides, always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly luminous. And as the breath ignites the heart has an opportunity to inform, illuminate, and inspire the faculty of our minds and the agency of our bodies, so that our thoughts and our actions more clearly reflect and reveal the indwelling light of the heart, the voice of the true teacher. In your next inhalation, we'll bring the hands together before the heart in Anjali Mudra, a gesture of sincere self-reverence that acknowledges and honors the voice of the true teacher, always present, and a gesture that places this aspect of ourselves before us as a guide for at least the time we spend together. Together, we'll set the tone for our practice by sharing the voices of our hearts and the sound of one collective Om. Please feel free to join into the sound or let it just wash over you. Deep breath in. Bow to your heart, always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly powerful, and luminous. And as best you can, keeping this connection inward unwavering, release the hands, blink open the eyes, and let's come on to all fours to start in a tabletop position.
Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees an inch or so behind your hips. Now everyone look down at your hands and make sure that your fingers are spread wide and equidistant from one another. Peek back through your legs and make sure that you can't see your feet. I want your feet to be in line with your legs. And for more support, you can tuck your toes here. Come back to a neutral spine. Forward. On an inhale, press down through your hands. On an exhale, press down through your hands around your spine. Curl in for cat pose. On an inhale, your pelvis tilts forward. Your gaze lifts for cow. Exhale, press down to curl in. Flow through your cat and cow for 3 more full rounds of breath. Take this to the pace of your breath rather than my voice. At the end of your next exhale, feel free to bring in any organic movements that might feel right for you. Now, this could look like swiveling out through your hips, shifting your body forward, backward, even side to side. Move as you see fit, but continue to send breath to those spaces that can't be seen, but can be felt. On an exhale, meet me back in tabletop stillness. From table, walk your hands 2 to 3 handprints in front of your shoulders. Curl your toes under and inhale to press your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Exhale, bend deep into your knees for this first down dog of the day. Now everyone look at your hands, and without moving your hands, energetically hug them in towards one another. Draw strength from the mat up your arms to the back of your shoulder blades. And from that place at the back of your shoulder blades, press down through your arms and back down into the earth as you exhale up and out through the back of your hips. On an inhale, bend your knees deep. Exhale, step up to the top of your mat and forward fold over your legs. Bring your feet to be as wide as hips width distance and parallel to one another so all 10 toes face forward. Root down through your feet. On a big breath in, come up to stand. Your arms lift, gaze lifts, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge from your hips to forward fold over your legs. Fingertips come to blocks or the mat. Inhale to halfway lift, neutral spine, hands to blocks or shins. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands down to the mat, step back to high plank. From high plank, on an exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, legs long behind you, toes flat to the mat. Bring your hands wide towards the mat's edges, and on an inhale, curl up for baby cobra. Broaden your collarbone, slide your shoulders up and back, and then exhale, lower back down. Tuck your toes and inhale, press yourself up through table to plank. Exhale, send your hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, your right foot lifts up and back. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, bend deep into your front thigh. Now everyone lift your back heel, back knee, and back thigh high to the sky. Think straight and strong through the back of your leg. Then bring your right hand to your right hip crease. Literally pull your right hip back a little bit in space so your left hip tacks forward. This is squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Now on an exhale, keep that as you bend deep into your front thigh. On an inhale, reach your arms up, look up towards the sky. Exhale, lower your hands down to frame your front foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, your left foot lifts up and back. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, bend deep into your front leg. Lift your back leg high to the sky, strengthen your leg, and on an inhale, hug your feet towards one another. Hug muscle to bone up to the core of your pelvis, and then from the core of your pelvis, press down through your legs and back down into the earth. Exhale, up and out through your fingertips. Now on an inhale, reach up, grow tall. Exhale, lower your hands down to frame your front foot. Step back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you can stay here, or inhale, shift your body forward to high plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat in the style of you. Inhale, curl up for cobra. Think shoulders up and back. Then exhale, tuck your toes, press yourself up to downward facing dog. Inhale, your right foot lifts up and back. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Ground your back foot down, bring your forearm to your thigh for Parsva Konasana, extended side angle prep. Bring your hand to your hip. You don't need to reach overhead yet. Everyone stretch your stance. Walk your back foot back until your front thigh is parallel with the mat beneath you. Then keep that, and everyone look at your back foot, turn your back toes in towards you. On an exhale, bend deep into your front knee and then lean back onto your shoulder blades. On your exhale, turn towards your front foot, lower your hands down to frame your front foot, and step back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, your left foot lifts up and back. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Ground your back foot down and set up for Parsva Konasana on the second side. Bring your forearm to your thigh and your hand to your hip. Now press your forearm into your thigh and your thigh back into your forearm to make this a bit of a hip opener. Now keep that, and on an inhale, hug your legs towards one another like you could shorten the distance between both feet, and then exhale, lean back onto your shoulder blades. On your exhale, turn towards your front leg, lower your hands down to frame your foot, step back to downward facing dog. You can stay here or inhale, shift your body forward to high plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, curl up for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, press yourself up and back, downward facing dog. In down dog, press down through your hands to lift up through your hips and extend through the backs of your legs. On an inhale, your right foot lifts up and back. Exhale, bring your right knee all the way through to pigeon prep. Your back knee comes down and your back toes are tucked or untucked. Now everyone peek at your back leg. Make sure it's extending directly out from your hip and not veering off to the side. Once you have that, bring your hands onto blocks high to frame out the front of your body. On an inhale, hug your legs in towards one another to strengthen your legs and lift your pelvis up and away from the mat. Then on an exhale, press down through your legs and back down into the earth as you slide your shoulders up and back. Now you can stay here rooted to the earth, or on an inhale, bend your left knee, and exhale, your left hand reaches to grab for your back foot. Make a tiny bend in your arm to slide your arm into your shoulder socket. Connect your hand to your foot and your foot back into your hand. On an inhale, strengthen the muscles of your legs. Then exhale, draw your shoulder up and back as you grow long through the crown of your head. On your exhale, release your hand from your foot, lower your hands down to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, your left foot lifts up and back. Exhale, bring it all the way through to pigeon prep. Set up like you did on the other side. Bring your hands high on blocks to frame out the front of your body. Inhale to hug your legs in towards one another and feel your hips lift up and away from the mat. And as you exhale, peek down at your rib cage. Draw your low ribs in to open up through your chest, your lungs, and your heart to slide your shoulders up and back. Now you can stay here, or option to inhale, bend your right knee, and exhale, your right hand reaches around to grab for your back foot. Connect your foot to your hand and your hand back into your foot. Don't forget about your foundation. Inhale to hug your legs towards one another. Feel your muscles engage, and then exhale, draw your right shoulder up and onto your spine. On your exhale, slowly release your hand from your foot, ditch your props, lower your hands down to the mat, and step back to downward facing dog. From down dog, you can stay here or flow through one of your linking vinyasas.
Yay. We make yoga teachers. Sounded so good. There is like a grammar that is, I don't want to say unique, but for those who have done the training in the room, you could hear how like spot on the technique that whole warm-up was. Really beautiful. Find your breath, and as you rest in downward dog or child's pose if you prefer, take this moment to notice what can't be seen but can be felt. Any newfound space in the body, maybe the mind, the heart. Anything you notice now that maybe wasn't as obvious before you started your practice. We'll meet in downward dog. Take your time, deeper breath in, longer breath out. From downward dog, as you inhale, float your right leg to the sky. Let's pivot the feet to the left for a wide-legged forward fold. You can bring your strap with you to add the shoulder stretch. Let's see that the feet are parallel from the center of the ankles through the base of your second toes. We're looking for imaginary parallel lines. They can't be seen, but you can visualize from the center of the front of your ankles through the base of your second toes, parallel lines. With the heels grounded, tip a little bit more into the balls of your feet, and then for balance, press your thigh bones back at a faster rate than your knees. Sometimes I find it helps to bend the knees a little, and with the heels grounded, tip into the balls of the feet, and then straighten the legs, not from the knees, but by pressing your thigh bones back. Corinne, you can lean more into the balls of your feet. You can, yeah, like there. Now either interlace your hands or take your strap behind your back for the shoulder stretch. Hug the shoulder blades together as you anchor the tailbone, the sitting bones down to the ground. Let the head be heavy. And as you inhale, hug the feet to the midline, hug the shoulders to the midline, reach the arms to the sky. And as you exhale, let the arms get heavy overhead like wet branches. One more of the deepest, fullest belly breaths. Let your whole belly expands as you inhale. The whole belly softens as you exhale. And at the bottom of your exhale, release the strap, turn the right knee and toes through lunge, and step it back to downward dog. From a newfound awareness of and connection to your upper back, from that feeling in your upper back, push, root through your arms to launch through your hips. You can lift your heels up to lift your hips higher. And as the hips lift, can you press even the thigh bones skyward? And as you press your thigh bones towards the sky, let the heels root towards the earth, and let the light of awareness flow on the currents of the breath, the gift of life in you, as you, through you, more deeply, more fully, more freely. On your inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to bring your hands to blocks. Walk your blocks to the right. Pivot your feet to the right. Pause for right and turn your right knee at the back of your mat. Lower the back knee down, bring both blocks inside your front foot, and bending your back leg with your left hand, your left foot. Press that back knee down and forward. If you feel steady, bring your right thigh, and as you press your right hand into your right thigh, draw the right shoulder up and back. You can stay here if you feel steady with the right hand, reach back for the left foot. Stretch, draw the bones up and back, shoulders back, press the back knee down and forward. And as you bind yourself to yourself, here's the key, those bottom ribs in front, draw them back into center. Then the shoulders back, then the head back, and bend the front leg another inch. Yeah, that's what can't be seen but can be felt. Right there. Everyone feeling something gently. Back knee, hands to blocks. Pivot your feet to the left. Pause in the wide-legged forward fold. Maybe feel, maybe even notice if there's a difference from side to side. Turn the left knee and toes through lunge. Walk your blocks inside the left foot. Lower the back knee down, pad as needed. Then bend the back leg, and with your right hand, find your right foot. You can stay here if you feel steady, left hand to left thigh. The find stability is to draw the back knee and the front foot to each other energetically, and to scissor the legs to the midline. That's how you become the source of your own stability. By drawing into your center, you steady yourself. And as you press the left hand into the left thigh, lift the left shoulder up and then back. And maybe with the left hand, reach back for the back foot. And even though you can't see the back foot, can you make the back foot full of awareness? Spread your toes like rays of light in every direction. In order to get every direction, you got to think like spread your toes more to the right as you pull the right knee forward and draw the bottom ribs up and back. Shoulders up and back, skull up and back, and bend the front leg 1 more inch. Gently release. Downward facing dog. Look for the breath. The breath ignites the heart. The splendor of the heart illuminates the mind and the body. And here in the gift of conscious breathing embodiment, rest in child's pose or let the breath carry you through the linking vinyasa in the style of you. Linking breath and movement in a way that feels like an adornment, an affirmation of conscious breathing embodiment. A receptivity to the gift of life that is you. We'll meet in downward dog. Take your time. On your inhale, float the left leg to the sky. As you exhale, step it through to lunge. On the inhale, reach the arms up. And on your exhale, take a big step forward to balance on your left leg. Cross ankle over thigh and sit deep into chair pose, pigeon chair. Breathe into what can't be seen but can be felt. On the inhale, rise up tall with your right hand. Find your right ankle or foot and point your right knee towards the earth. Full of awareness in the back foot. Turn your toes spread out. Spread your toes. Draw the right shoulder up and back. Let's make sure the standing knee isn't locked as you hinge halfway forward for baby dancer. At the halfway mark, bend your standing leg, release your back foot in super slow motion, step your foot back to lunge. Feel both feet on the ground, huge breath in, gorgeous. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. As you inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, take a big step forward to balance on your right foot. Cross ankle over thigh and sit deep into pigeon chair. Flex the left foot, spread the toes. So here with the foot in front, you can see, you can feel and see. You can even thread your fingers between your toes if and as you like to find and feel more space. As you inhale, rise up. Left hand finds the left foot or ankle. Point the left knee towards the earth. Draw the left shoulder up and back. Full of awareness, a feeling in the back foot. That's a long neuro pathway. Can you make that connection? Spread the toes on your back foot. Turn your back toes out a little bit. Feel your ankle hug in. And then hinge halfway forward. Hug the back knee to the midline as you kick the foot or ankle into the hand. Draw the left shoulder up and back. Super slow motion, bend the standing leg first, then release the back leg and step it back to lunge. Huge breath in. Exhale, plant the hands. Feel the burn, anyone? Yeah. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. Gorgeous. Follow the exhale to downward dog. On the inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale through to pigeon prep. Right knee wide to the right. Now just like when the foot's behind you, the key is to flex the foot, spread the toes. Here with the front foot, flex the foot, spread the toes. Can you press the little toe ball mound down so much the outer ankle starts to lift? With the back toes tucked under, get more weight on the outer edge of the back knee. And as you inhale, pull your knees towards each other. Reach up, stretch up through your fingertips. Stay for the exhale. One more big breath in. Press the back knee down and forward. Stretch up through your thumbs. And as you exhale, plant the hands. Gorgeous. Downward facing dog. You can take the right leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hips if you like that sort of countery thing. Or we'll just meet in downward dog. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Good idea to put the right foot down first. As you exhale, take it on through to pigeon prep. Left knee wide to the left. And as best you can, activate the front foot completely, fully. Can you flex the foot, spread the toes, and press the little toe side of the foot down so much the outer ankle lifts? Like, what? And then with the back toes tucked under, get more weight on the outer edge of the back knee. Pull the knees towards each other. Find your breath. Inhale, take flight. Stay for the exhale, root through the legs. Find and feel both feet. And as you inhale, pull the knees towards each other. Reach up through the fingertips, the thumbs more. And on the exhale, plant the hands. Downward facing dog. On the inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. Lower the back knee down. Walk your front foot towards your left hand. Bring a block on its lowest height outside your front foot, front foot. And then slowly lower your outer right shin onto the block. Now can you flex that foot more, spread the toes, feel the difference because you have a lift. Press the back knee down, in, and forward. Feel the lift, the engagement, and then maybe inch the back knee back. Flex the foot, turn your toes towards the floor, yes. And then inch the back knee back. And at the edge, press the back knee down, in, and forward, and flex the front foot, and inch the back knee back. Okay, if you've inched it back, walk the back knee forward, plant the hands, take it back to three-legged dog. Open the hips, bend the top leg, foot high five to the left. Inhale the leg long, exhale, step it through to lunge. Back heel to the ground, inhale, warrior two. Reach the left fingertips to the person behind you, and as you reach back for that support that can't be seen but can be known and felt, reach back, bend the front leg deeper than ever. Keep reaching back as you bend the front leg. Nice, Eileen. Good, push the front leg straight. Exhale, right fingertips to a block, inside or outside the foot for triangle-ish. Turn your back toes in. You can have the right arm extended to the sky as most of you do. If you feel any strain in your neck or shoulder whatsoever, just bring your hand to your hip and look down at your front foot and just see if that helps eliminate any strain or tension if you have any. And right there, draw that top shoulder blade up and back to the spine, and then maybe look straight ahead. If that causes any strain, just look down. Press more through the inner edge of your front foot, so much the outer edge of the foot lifts up. Put a little bend in the knee, and as you lift the outer edge of the foot up, spread the little toe and guide the inner knee more open. And now, rather than straightening the leg from the knee, we're gonna straighten that front leg by pressing the thigh bone back. Feel that? One more of the deepest, fullest belly breaths. Good, and then bend the front leg, pass through lunge, downward facing dog. Just take a moment to pause, feel, notice. See yourself more clearly, more fully. All the often overlooked parts of yourself, we bring the full self more fully into your awareness. Yeah.
Can we go over that
Shin block thing.
on the left side? You gotta put your shin on the block.
Oh, yeah. We're going to do that on the second side. Do you need to see it before we do the second side? Is that what you're asking, or just more clarification? Okay, lower the knees down. Sit back on your heels. That's okay. I'm glad you asked. Are we warm? The shin on the block thing. The thingamajig. I feel like we should pause. Pause higher self as we get to the lower self. Okay, so usually the front foot in pigeon tends to sickle. And when the foot sickles, a lot of times you'll either have or it will lead to knee pain, and you're not actually getting a hip opener. So, and I even just got a foot cramp doing that. So what we want is to go from a sickled foot, and even when you flex the foot, it can stay sickled. Can you see that? To a unsickled foot. The foot can be pointed or flexed without being sickled. We want no creases on the inner ankle. That's a sickled foot. It's an unsickled foot. So no sickling of the foot. That's really hard to do when your foot is on the floor. So it's called stacking the deck in your favor. Like trying to think the angle that's best. I don't know if this is on camera or not. Stacking the deck in your favor, we place the block, lower the shin onto the block, and then you can flex. I have a large foot, so some of you, like if you have a larger foot, it'll be either in your favor or not. Like here, because my foot is grown, I can press the little toe ball mound. And for those of you who are like asana nerds, this is almost the action of that pose, Mula Bandhasana. You could see it on Iyengar in the hallway. What it should look like for more of you is to flex the foot so much that the foot's not even on the floor, so that your foot's not getting smushed. Once you can find that action and build up sort of the stamina and endurance, you can actually do it without the block. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me come around. Maybe the front can turn towards the center. We'll call this the center, I guess. Feel free to come where you can see, so that the outer ankle is clear up off the floor in this pose. See, no block. That much. That's open ankle, knee, hip. Okay, usually it's more like this, and I just kind of feel stuck and sinking, but doing, the forms, we want. See, when I lift that up, the whole thing expands from the foundation. Could you see that? Yeah. So it's going to be really hard to do that without first creating that neuro pathway, opening up that light of awareness that the block is there for. If the block feels yucky, you can put a blanket over it too, or roll up a blanket. That'll be like depending on your idea of fun, a fun thing to even just work on at home, like grab some pillows off the, firm, if you have a block at home, and just really start to try to work that access to the action of the front foot, so it's not just being oppressed. I'm really trying not to say that last, but it's like it gets like the full weight and like no capacity, but there is power there, and you can see how as soon as I lifted that front ankle up, the whole thing I could feel it. I don't know if you could see it. Could you see it? I felt it. You could see it? Yeah. And the ankle lifts because the little toe side of the foot is pressing down. Usually it feels like the little toe side of the foot is just getting smushed. Yeah, so I'm gonna flip the script. Smushed. We don't want, so the block is there so that it's not getting smushed and you can find the action. Downward dog. Find your breath. And if your foot is little, maybe you need a little less support than the block on its flattest height. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. We're going to walk the left foot towards the right hand. And lower the back knee down, and then carefully lower your shin onto the low block. You can walk your foot over to the right and lower the shin onto the block. Okay? Yeah. And now tuck the back toes under, press the back knee down, flex the full thuck out out of your front foot. I don't know, I like really wanted to wear my Beyonce shirt tonight. Not this one, an old one. Yeah, flex the foot. So much the outer ankle lifts. Can you feel it? The outer heel lifts. Yeah, oh my God. Then press the back knee down and forward. Maybe reach the arms up. Press the back knee down, in, and forward. Flex the front foot so much. Reach up, breathe. And with the exhale, plant your hands, downward dog. Yes, thank you for asking. You took everyone with you. Does that feel different? Reach the left leg high to the sky in downward dog. Open the hips, bend the top leg, foot high five to the right. And then inhale the leg long, and as you exhale, take a big old step through to lunge. Spin the back heel to the ground. Inhale through warrior two. Front knee and toes point straight ahead, and then the tendency is to lean over the front leg. Try to reach back and then bend way deeper than ever before. Nice. Push your front leg straight, big breath in. Exhale, left fingertips to the block, inside or outside your front leg. Again, top hand can come to the hip. You can look down at your front foot. Or you can reach the arm up. Put a little bend in your front leg and press through the inner edge of the foot so much the outer edge of the foot lifts up. This is the same action as in pigeon. Bend the front leg, lift and spread the little toe, and then as you hug the heel to the midline, guide the inner knee towards the little toe and press your thigh bone back to straighten your leg. That's how you make triangle pose a true hip opener. Belly breath, deepest, fullest breath that requires the least amount of effort. And on the exhale, pass through lunge, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, exhale to your belly. Prop yourself up on your forearms. Stretch back through your legs and point your feet, and zip lock your legs and your feet together. Yeah, big toe ball mound snap together, inner heel snap together, and then keeping that, can you flick your toenails down? Brow soft. Yeah, try to flick every toenail to the earth and hug the heels together. Just take a few breaths. It's a mindfulness practice. Nice, Corey. Press the right knee down, bend the right leg in, heel to butt, and with your right hand, reach for your right ankle or foot. Stretch back long through your left leg, press the top of the left foot down. Try to spread the little left toe more to the left. Reach the little toe more to the left. Good. And now as you press your right knee down, kick your right foot back into your hand. Let the leg pressing into the hand lift you up as high as you can. You can slide your forearm back, your elbow back. You can even slide the hand back to replace the elbow and press the inner edge of the hand down and start to straighten the left arm as you kick the right foot back. Beautiful, Camden. One more breath. Press the knee down, kick the foot back, and gently release. Make a pillow with your hands. Enjoy your breath. Let the breath be deep and full, and feel the depth and fullness of the breath. If your head is turned to one side, you can turn it to the other side for a couple of breaths. No one, okay, good. So there's a question, if you're feeling it in your low back, are you not doing enough toenails? And no one's doing enough toenails. I don't know if that registers as good news or bad news. There's always more toenails that can be done and should be done. And if you're feeling it in your low back, try the straight leg, that the top of that foot has to press down. your straight leg is considered your back leg, and everything is gonna come from what's happening or not happening in your back leg. So press that foot down more, get more rooted in the straight leg, and then keeping that press the bent leg knee down more. If there's, an injury or a scoliosis happening, then there's probably some refinements that need to be added to that. So I would say whatever, are you feeling it in the middle of the low back or on the side? One side? Upper pant seam. Right there. On one side or on both sides?
The side that wasn't
Yeah.
enough toenails.
Okay, yeah, so start there. And then again, it's not one size fits all, but what we call kidney loop probably needs to be done more kidney loop velocity on one side, and which side will depend. So I would start on the side that you're feeling it, see if that helps, and then once you do more on that side, maybe more on the other side. Kidney loop is really hard there. Let's prop ourselves up on the forearms. Stretch back through the legs. Let's just get mindful, full of mind in the legs. Press the tops of the feet down so much you feel the tops of the knees lift. Can you all feel that? And zip lock the legs together. Snap the inner heels together. And as you snap the inner heels together, can you flick your little toenails into the earth? And breathe. Good. Now as you press the top of the right foot, not like onto the mat, but like into the earth, downstairs, like you're pressing the top of the right foot into sand. Then bend the left leg, and with your left hand, find your left foot. Pause. Notice if you lost any awareness, any connection, right? Because life is full of eclipse, things just obstructing our view and getting in the way. Draw the left shoulder up and back, and redraw the fullness of your mind, your awareness into the right leg. Press the right foot down, hug the right leg in, spread the little toe. And now as you press the left knee down, kick the left foot back into the left hand. You can slide the right arm in as you kick the left foot back, left shoulder up and back, press the right foot down, kick the left foot back, breathe, and gently release. Was it different? Okay. Make a pillow with your hands. Turn your head to the other side. Okay, hug the legs together, stretch back through the legs, zip lock the legs together, and press the tops of the feet down as you hug the legs together, spread the little toes. As you press the tops of the feet down, you'll feel the knees and thighs get lighter. Keep that as you anchor your tailbone to the earth. Reach your arms out long overhead. You can move props. And press your palms down, so palms into the floor, forehead to the floor or mat or whatever feels the least or the best. And as you press the tops of the feet down, the knees and thighs lift, anchor the tailbone down. Keep that as you press your palms down. Can you lift your bottom ribs up? As the bottom ribs lift, can you anchor your tailbone down? Press the tops of the feet down, knees and thighs lift. Press the palms down, lift the bottom ribs higher. Exhale, release. Questions, comments, concerns? Did everyone feel the bottom ribs lift? Ish? Okay. Plant the hands alongside, press back to downward dog. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Sounds of nature. That'd be hilarious. Like trickling water, insects, birds, and sounds of aging. Sitting down, standing up. On the inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through to lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Push into the ball of the back foot. Press the back knee and thigh to the sky and reach forward, hinge forward over your front leg. Turn your palms down like they were on the floor. And imagine you're pressing your palms into your kitchen counter so hard that the bottom ribs lift. Can you feel that? Push into the ball of the back foot, press the inner back knee and thigh to the sky, press the palms down, ribs lift, and now look towards your hands and bring your biceps to the ears. And imagine you just raised your kitchen counter and press the palms down and slide the ribs back, pull the front foot back, pull the front hip crease back, bend deeper, but don't let the ribs drop. Look forward, ears back, biceps back. Now keeping the ribs back, ears back, biceps back, ribs back, ears back, biceps back, ribs back, ears back, biceps back. Exhale, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Whew. On your inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Knee over ankle, front knee and toes point straight ahead. Press through the ball of your back foot and press the inner back knee up to the sky. Feel the back leg get straighter, stronger, more lifted. Now reach halfway forward, like reach forward over your front leg. Turn the palms down like they were on the floor. Imagine you're pressing your palms into a kitchen counter. And as you press the palms down, draw the bottom ribs up. As you draw the bottom ribs up, pull your front foot and outer hip crease back. Ribs back, look forward, bring your biceps to your ears. Press the palms energetically down, slide the ribs back. Pull the front foot and outer hip crease back. Look forward, ears back, biceps back. Ribs back, left hip crease back, ears back, biceps back. Ribs back, left hip crease back, ears back, biceps back. Try to keep the ribs back, ears back, biceps back. Then one more inch. Whew. Plant the hands. Downward dog. Full body crescent lunge. Who knew it could be that full? Nor do we want it that full all the time, right? But isn't that kind of mind-blowing? Take the right leg through to pigeon prep. Tuck the back toes. It'll help get more weight on the outer edge of the back knee. I like to close my eyes in order to see what can't be seen. More weight on the outer edge of the back knee, keeping that big toe ball mound of the back foot. And as you pull the knees towards each other, the pelvis lifts, gets lighter. And as you pull the knees towards each other, twist your pelvis a little to the right. Think left hip forward, right hip crease back. Bring your hands to your hips. With your hands on your hips, inhale, pull the knees towards each other. And as you exhale, twist your hips to the right. Left hip forward, right hip back. Draw the shoulders up and back, reach the head back. And as you pull the knees towards each other, look towards your heart, slide the ribs back like you're bowing in with great humility to the heart. Look towards the belly, shoulders back, keep the bottom ribs back. Now stack the head, maybe reach the arms straight up. You can turn your palms forward, and as you press the back knee down and forward, press your palms forward, draw the ribs back, ears back, biceps back. Exhale, plant the hands. Downward facing dog. Who knew hip openers could be core work and shoulder openers? Breathe. Lower the knees. I just want to check in. You can rest in child's pose or sit back on your heels. Any questions? It's what? Banger. Like there's so much, and the point is like there's always something more. There's always something more than meets the light of awareness. Always. There's always more. And I guarantee if I taught these poses like this every week, I'd have less friends. But it's interesting sometimes to just expand our awareness to bring in more of the fullness. And then sometimes you'll do a pigeon and you'll remember something that you saw today and you'll incorporate it and it'll deepen your awareness. and it'll expand your capacity for breath and for life. Downward dog. I hope. It's not a promise, but it's a possibility. Find downward dog. The world is going to keep doing what the world does. The more we align ourselves with our true nature, our hearts, our virtues, our values, our power, the more beauty and possibility for goodness we can bring to those in the world around us. It requires great stamina and endurance, which is why we practice, and it requires great capacity, which is why I think we practice. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Exhale through to pigeon prep. Sometimes in the face of that, we practice because we need to chill. So pigeon can be more of a chill pose if it suits you. Maybe for today, look for more, what's often overlooked. With the back toes tucked, you can root into the big toe ball mound and get more weight on the outer knee. And then pull the knees towards each other to create more lift than collapse. That hugging of the knees towards each other, that activation of the front foot helps so much. These look awesome. Hands to hips. As you pull the knees towards each other, try to lift the outer front heel, clear up off the floor, outer ankle lifts. Shoulders lift. Look in towards your heart, slide the ribs back. Press the back knee down and forward. Press the outer edge of the front foot down so much the outer heel lifts. Maybe take flight. You gotta keep hugging the knees in towards each other to sustain the flight. Ribs back, ears back, biceps back. And on the exhale, plant your hands. Downward facing dog. Drink the breath in. Take it to heart, and from the heart, root through the arms to launch through your hips and ground through your heels. Inhale to plank. Shrug the shoulders and soften between the shoulder blades. Look forward. Lower your knees to the earth. Bring your hips towards the floor between your hands. Bend your elbows the bare minimum to lower your hips. Try to keep the arms straight as you press the inner edges of the hands down and back. Point your feet so much the knees and thighs lift. Flick your little toenails down. Anchor your tailbone down, the inner edges of your hands down. I'm right here, Desiree. And on the exhale, take it back to child's pose. Breathe into the back and sides of your waist. Notice what you notice. Feel what you feel. Let's come onto our bellies and roll onto the back. Okay, I think it's so funny. One of the sounds of nature sounded something like, oh, thank God. I don't know if everyone heard that. Knees bent, feet on the floor. Lock between the inner thighs, right above the knees. Feel both feet on the ground, bend the elbows alongside, press the elbows down so much the chest lifts, and then wriggle the shoulder blades together on the upper back. Press the center back of the skull down. Feel that when you press the center back of the skull down, I'm hoping you feel something like the engagement of the littler overlooked core muscles of the upper back and neck. You press the elbows down, press the center back of your skull down, and you feel all the muscles that support the lift and curve of the spine Stand through your feet to lift your hips up for bridge pose. And try to hug the block more with the fronts of your thighs. You can let the palms come to rest anywhere on the midsection. Feel the rise and fall of the breath in the palms of your hands. You can press the palms into the earth. You can interlace the hands underneath you for Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose, the instrument of connection. Bring your feet closer together. Good. And then actually, can I hold, try going like this. How's that feel? Yeah, okay, more stability. Drink the breath in. Can I have this for just a sec? Okay, now hug, walk your feet towards me a tiny bit. Ooh, too much, walk it back. And now turn your toes towards each other. Yes, too much. I love the tan lines, those are so cute. Hug the block. Good, breathe. Now you could stay here, lower down, or place the hands outside the ears as wide as the mat. Fingers point towards the feet. Huge breath in. As you exhale, press through arms and legs to come to the top of your head if you can, and pause. Hug the block, suck the armpits, and you might walk your hands a little closer to your feet, and then press through arms and legs to come up to Urdhva Dhanurasana. And as you inhale, hug the block, stand through your feet, press your feet down and forward. Look towards your heels, press your feet down and forward. Look towards your ribs in front, press your feet down and forward. And rest. Remove the block, feet on the floor, knees bent, feet on the floor as wide as the mat. Let the knees rest against each other at the midline. Enjoy your breath. Enjoy the unconditional support of gravity. Enjoy the natural beauty that fills you and surrounds you. Even when it can't be seen, it can be felt, it can be remembered. Savor the reflection, the revelation, the memory of beauty. Let both knees fall gently to the right. Place the right foot on top of the left thigh. As the weight of the top leg roots the bottom leg down, equally press the bottom leg into the top leg and feel maybe more of an opening through the left hip, left side body and waistline. The head be heavy, brow soft. Right foot to the floor on an inhale, draw the legs through center. And with the exhale, let both knees fall gently to the left. Place the left foot on top of the right thigh, and at first the weight of the top leg anchors the bottom leg towards the earth. And in another breath or two, add the action of the bottom leg pressing into the top leg to create a dynamic expansion of the center, maybe feeling that in your hip, your side waist, maybe even the jaw. Head heavy. Be breathed. Inhale the legs to center. I think everyone has a strap, yes? We're going to take the strap across the ball of the right foot. And then make your left leg long on the ground. Flex the left foot. Spread the toes. And hold as high on the strap towards your foot as you can while keeping the head heavy and the shoulders soft. So the shoulders are relaxed. You should be able to feel the shoulders on the ground. And as you draw the foot via the strap towards the floor overhead. Press your right thigh bone back away from you. And press the inner bottom heel, inner bottom knee, and inner bottom thigh to the ground. Is it okay to touch, Corinne? I feel like we could share inseam. Take both sides of the strap into your right hand, and as best you can, keeping the left leg really heavy, open the right leg out to the right. Feel how much that bottom leg wants to uproot. With the fullness of your awareness, imagine pressing that bottom heel, knee, and the thigh into the earth. Belly breathing. On the inhale, draw the right leg up through center. Take both sides of the strap into the left hand. And as you exhale, the right leg traverses the midline to the left. Flex the right foot more. Spread the right little toe towards the sky. Lift the inner right heel towards the sky. It's so nerdy. The inner right heel presses to the sky. The outer right little toe reaches towards the sky. And you can hook your right thumb into your right hip crease and tack it towards the bottom foot. Belly breathing. Inhale the leg to center. Release the strap and float the right leg down to meet the left leg. Feel the difference, if any, from side to side, and what a difference makes when we're paying attention. Anyone feel like heavier or more grounded through the right side? Okay, trying our best not to disrupt that grounded quality of the right side. We're gonna bend the left leg in. Take the strap across the ball of the left foot and stretch your left heel to the sky. And again, the strap is there as arm extensions to hold as close to the foot as you can with the head and shoulders soft and heavy on the earth. So there's effort, but not over effort. And as you bind yourself via the strap to your left foot, bring the fullness of awareness to the bottom leg. Press the inner heel, inner knee, and inner thigh to the ground. Really focusing on the thigh rooting towards the earth. Yes. And as the thigh roots towards the earth, tack the left, is that your left? Left hip crease back. Right here, Maya. Yes. And press your calf into my head. Try to push my head away. Yes. Feel the difference? You okay there? Belly breathing. Was this the second side? Okay. Sorry, I just came over to her and I felt like I was on the same side for some reason. There's no trick, no. Yeah, Corinne was like, is there a trick? If you have someone or something heavy at home, we don't live together, but is it okay, Corinne? I'm gonna sit my full weight on the top of Corinne's bottom thigh. That's not something you could do yourself, but do you feel the difference? Yeah. Back in the Iyengar days, they used to put like bags of sand or cement on the leg. That would be like a studio prop, these heavy ass sandbags. I don't know, that's like I consider myself extra, but that's like extra. Take both sides of the strap in your left hand and open the leg out to the left. So it's like triangle pose on your back, and you feel how much even now, like the bottom leg wants to pop up even more. So the idea is that this is creating like an awareness of what's happening in your standing triangle. We need how much more the top of your back thigh in triangle pose needs to go back is actually the distance here between the back of your leg and the floor. And you just really, it's like the awareness wants to get pulled into the left leg. Spread the toes of the left foot, by the way, and try not to overlook the bottom leg and put the fullness of your awareness in pressing your leg into the ground, your thigh into the ground. Nice, Lindsay. Inhale the leg through center. Take both sides into the right hand. Left leg traverses the midline to the right. And as you go, you keep pressing the top of your bottom thigh back. Top of the bottom thigh back. Yeah. And belly breathing. To really find and feel the fullness of your belly at the top of the inhale and the softness of your belly at the very bottom of the exhale. Inhale the leg to center and exhale, float the leg down. I don't think I'm wearing the best pants for it today, but yeah, I don't think I need to show. But even feel the weightiness of both legs on the ground now. Like you just did a lot of work. Do the legs feel grounded, more connected to the earth? Bend the right leg in again. Take the strap across the ball of the right foot. Stretch your right heel to the sky. Press the inner bottom heel, knee, and thigh to the earth. And maybe if you hold both sides of the strap in the right hand, depending on the length of your arms, I forget that I have longer arms than most perhaps, but can you with your legs between your thigh and the floor, left thigh and the floor, and like try to press your thigh into your hand. Is that wild? And do you believe me when I say you could get your thigh to the floor? Just out of curiosity. And yeah, well, do you trust me? Switch sides, because it could be different from side to side. And if you can hold both sides of the strap in the left hand, I think you can maybe with your right hand reach down and feel how much space is between your thigh and the floor and try to smush your hand with your thigh. Keep your heel down for the hyperextenders. Keep your heel down as you press your thigh down. And belly breathe. And release. So it's a practice. And with practice and awareness and practice, we can get the thigh bones to root back in the hip sockets, which will diminish that space between the back of your thigh and the floor, which will translate into all your other poses and leave you with an overall feeling of more grounded, centered groundedness. Reach the arms overhead. Stretch the legs out long. Huge breath in. Exhale with an audible sigh. Bend the knees in towards the chest. Wrap the arms around your legs. Give yourself the sweetest, most loving embrace. We're gonna, in a moment, massage a little bit of the back of the skull with the massage balls. If you don't have massage balls and you need them, raise a foot or a hand, and we'll bring them over. 1, 2. And if there's somewhere else you'd rather roll, scan your body with your awareness to see if there's some place that feels more meaningful and valuable to you. Red mat and pink mat, thank you. We'll bend the legs, feet on the floor if that feels more supportive for your lower back. Otherwise, you could stretch your legs out long. And then place the balls, they can stay toted if you like, at the center back of the skull. I like to hold them there based on probably the shape of my head. I give a little manual support to the placement of the balls. And your elbows can point anywhere from towards the sky to releasing on the floor as suits shoulder mobility. And then you're going to go south of the center back of your skull. And if that feels meaningful for you, stay there. If not, explore. Do you want to go a little further south or a little higher north? There will be like a sweet spot, maybe sweet spot's not the right word, tender spot, somewhere at the back bottom of your skull. Looking for that. It should be breathable. It shouldn't take your breath away. Once you find it, you'll nod your head yes, right at that spot, and then gently nod your head no. You can start with subtle nods, and if it feels okay, bring the weight of the head or as you nod your head no. And then pause on the right side of your no, and on the right side, nod yes. And then nod your head to the left side of your no, and on the left side, nod yes. And then come back to center. Nod your head no to the right. And on the right side, maybe slide a little bit more to the area behind your ear and nod yes. Option to add little circles. Slowly in one direction, perhaps slowly in the other direction. Take it to the other side. Come to right behind the ear to a tender spot that feels meaningful to you. Again, these are like all these little core muscles of your skull, the back of your skull that work so hard to keep your head in line with your heart. We're bringing the fullness of the light of our awareness, these often overlooked, eclipsed aspects of our being that are always there, always present, doing the work of keeping your head in line with your heart. As you come right up behind the ear, you can nod yes or do little slow circles in one direction and then the other. Just exploring what can't be seen but can be felt. Come back to center and nod the head yes. In the light of this awareness, receiving yourself more fully. And slowly remove the balls out to the sides and let the head be heavy in the lap of the earth. Scan your body again. Are there any final poses, movements, or adjustments that you need or want to make? You can let your hair down, put glasses safely off to one side. Add or remove layers. Add or remove props. And as you're ready, spread yourself out on the altar of the earth for Shavasana, corpse pose. Look for the breath. Another aspect of the self that is easily and often overlooked, eclipsed by what seems like a more relevant priority in any given moment. and yet the breath remains constant and ever present from the moment of birth to the moment of death. And here in the pose of a corpse, Shavasana, the one feature that distinguishes us from a real corpse is the presence of the breath, above, beyond all else. So as your body softens into stillness like a corpse, as best you can, let the breath hold your vision. You can just gently witness the dance of the breath as it flows in and out, like ocean waves hitting the shore and receding to the horizon. And if your mind needs more of a focus, more of a tether to the anchor of the breath, then add a count to your inhale and your exhale. Starting with 4 at your own pace, breathe in for the count of 4. And as you exhale, breathe out for the count of 4. And as you engage the breath in this way, you might notice that you want to extend the count. By all means, move towards 8, count. And 8 turned on its side is like an infinity side, breathing in for 8. Notice where the inhale pours into the exhale for 8, where the exhale pours into the inhale. Invite a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. As you deepen your breath, feel how naturally your breath deepens you. The breath ignites the heart, the splendor of your heart informs and illuminates and inspires the faculty of your mind and the agency of your body, so that here in this conscious breathing gift of embodiment, the faculty of our mind, our thoughts, and the agency of our body, our actions, more clearly reflect and reveal the full splendor of the indwelling light of the heart. You are the full reflection of the splendor of your heart. Bathing in breath, let the spirit that you are begin to gently awaken the body that you have, wiggling your toes and your fingers, stretching through your arms and your legs in the ways that naturally feel good. And as the spirit that you are awakens the body that you have, let the body that you have embrace and affirm and adorn the spirit that you are, literally wrapping yourself around yourself. For this is and you are the gift of life. When you're ready, bend your legs, feel both feet on the ground with the eyes still closed and a steady gaze inward. Call yourself down to earth and take a breath. Call yourself back to reality and take a breath. And take a moment to visualize the ways in which you stretch yourself in this practice of yoga into all of the activities of your daily life. In so doing, bringing your heart, your values, your virtues, your beauty more fully to those in the world around you. Imagine that. When you're ready, roll to one side, press through strong arms, find your way into a comfortable seated posture. With the eyes closed and the hands folded before the heart in Anjali Mudra. In a final gesture of sincere self-reverence that acknowledges the presence of the heart and courageous self-offering that places this aspect of ourselves before us as a guide and an offering in all we do. Virtuosity and luminosity to those in the world around us. Thank you so much for opening your hips and your heart and finding your ground and your center with me and with each other today. I thank you for your practice and your presence. And as you bow to your heart, I bow to each of you, and I thank you for all that you are and all that you do every single day of this life. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being together. I hope we're together for Desiree. If you have questions, please reach out to me directly and ask. And also, I think Kai's Rooted and Ready Self-Defense Seminar. It's a 4-week series on Monday nights that starts tomorrow night. That'll be upstairs. I can't recommend it enough. For those of you who come to Intermediate Advanced and are not doing this for whatever reason, we'll be downstairs. And as a result of bringing Kai upstairs, I think we might have opened more spots if you're interested. It's assault, like we live in a city where self-defense is a great thing to invest in. So if you can make yourself available on Monday nights, Kai is the best. If you or anyone you know is a newish mom, we're starting our Forever Postpartum Newish Mom Support Group tomorrow, Mondays at noon, starting September 8th and going through November 3rd. If you're interested in going deeper into your yoga practice, our 50-hour yoga immersion starts next weekend. It's 1 weekend a month to the end of the year. It's not too late to sign up. It's a whole weekend once a month, and it will blow your mind and your heart and your body, all in the best ways. And if you're thinking about teacher training, that is the prerequisite for the teacher training. And then Harmonious Healing Crystal Singing Bowl Sound Bath with Elizabeth is Sunday, September 14th. Learning from Resistance, Desiree's Weekend Workshop, Friday the 19th to Sunday the 21st. Kids Yoga Fun Night, if it's not sold out, is Friday, September 26th. And Restorative Yoga with Eric, Sunday, September 28th. Anyone else have any announcements from the community? Okay, let us know what you have happening. We're happy to announce it in studio, post flyers, and if you tag us on your socials, we'll share it, okay? So that we can just keep each other in the know.